In this video, let's take a look at the Hello World playground. Let's double click that and it will launch into Xcode. Alright, now this is some fun stuff. You can read this on your own, but I'm going to skip through a few of these a little bit. But basically, it's referring to the good old days. So notice how when we write code it looks like this, but then if you watch any movies, you see this green on black text. Well, that was because good old computers were monochrome. They only had one color. But sometimes you want the color to be different. So let's check that out. Go ahead to changing your colors. So the way we do this is we first go to Xcode and choose Preferences. And from Preferences, if it's not already selected, go ahead and select Fonts and Colors, and then check out some of these built-in options. Hey, check that out. We got Civic, we got Default, we even have Basic, which is very similar. We have Dusk, we got Low Key, so there's minimal colors. We got Midnight. Ooh, I like that green. Presentation. This is what I'm using right now because it's easier to read on a large screen. And then, ooh, even larger. Check that out. And then printing and sunset. Of course, you can go in and you can change all the different colors. You can modify this yourself. Awesome. I want to keep it on presentation. And that's really all that they're talking about on this screen. Very good. Now, Sidebar. This sidebar is where we've been showing all of the answers, and it runs the calculation for us, and it shows up here on the right. Now, if you're an old-time programmer, you would hide. There wouldn't be a results bar. So let's go ahead and hide that, and check that out. Oh, look! I can bring it back. I can hide it and bring it back. Awesome. So the sidebar is unique to the playground. So you'll only see that on the playground. All right. So what do you do instead? Let's check it out. Let's go to the console. Now, this gives you some history. One thing that you typically, if you want to see behind the scenes, is called the console. So in order to show the console, notice down here on the bottom left is an icon, so you click that, and this is the debug area or console. You can slide it up and down, change the height however you want. Okay, so here's this code. Let's see if we hid the results and we're looking at this code. The question is, well, how do we get this to show up in the console? And notice this point here. The console is empty because it only displays messages when a programmer gives the instruction to print. All right, let's check that out. So print is a command that sends a message to the console. So you can print things, whatever you want, any kind of text. So for example, let's go ahead and type print, and we want to type hello world. All right, we go print, open parenthesis, quotation, hello world. Awesome. Notice here, it shows up on the sidebar, but it also shows up here in the console. Awesome. Now, you can read through this, kind of funny. All right, messages from programmers. So, why do you print to the console? Well, first of all, like I said, a sidebar is only with playgrounds. And so when you're making an app in Xcode, you don't see the sidebar. And it's also limited in the kind of information it can show. And so this is, if you're writing code by other people, you can send direct messages about their code. Try uncommenting the line and checking the console output. So if I uncomment this, There we go. The answer, 42. Hey, check that out. Hey, this programming stuff can be tough. Good on you for pushing through. Look, it's a bird. It's the swift bird. Awesome. See, just for programmers. And you are a programmer. Did you know that? You are a programmer. Awesome. All right, let's see what we can print. You can print anything you can see in the side, you can do in the print. So you can see these examples here. Print hello world. The new line in the sidebar for print is print adds a new line at the end of the string. Otherwise, the console would have everything printed on the same line. So this new line here is automatically indicated. So notice how it says print hello world. Well, here it is right there. Numbers and calculations, print 8, print the expression. Check that out. You can do string expressions. Have you seen? Never mind. And then constants, you can print constants, print author name, print book title. Check this out. The result of whatever's inside the parentheses will appear in the console. So notice these statements here. That's where we're seeing this print author name, print book title. All right, now let's figure out what are the main things we do with it. So we have logging. When you want to print a message, it's usually a log of information. So you print messages, log messages is just another name for what goes in the console. So we use this, if ever there's something wrong, we print something to the console. So on the right, open the results and then change the numbers in the add score statements. Well, what's the maximum number of points you can reach with no printed warning? So let's change some of these numbers. Let's go with add to score 22. Uh-oh, you may only legally if you're in 1, 2, and 3. You tried 22. Oh. So that's the warning. See that? Uh-oh. All right. So that's another way to indicate messaging within the console. So the console is a really cool tool, and we're going to go ahead and jump into these exercises. Debugging. Sometimes use a print statement to figure out why your program isn't working. So here we're going to debug somebody else's code. So make sure your console is visible, results bar is hidden. Okay, let's hide the results bar. Now, here they're sending messages, and so they're just going to change out the variable and copy paste your personalized shocked reaction to each of your friends. Okay, so the code that needs fixing is below this line. This program has a bug. Follow the directions to find and fix the error. So 1, print out the botheration like this. Your result won't look like a typical text message, so it's going to have some other stuff in it. So we got to figure out the code and change things until it looks right. All right, so let's go with print botheration. Oh, it's got a bunch of incorrect things in there. So let's figure out where the line is. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we have the question word, connector word, question. All right, let's print question, see what it looks like. Print question. Let me remove this so that we know what we're looking at. But question word. Okay, so notice here we have the string interpolation where we're supposed to swap out the variable. the constant, but notice it has an extra backslash, so let's delete that. Alright, now check it out. Hey, that worked. Okay, so now let's check out the incessant question. Let's check out what that one is. See if that works. Okay, the problem is that it is too, there's no spaces, and let's see what else we could possibly do with it. What does it say? Change the question to combine the other constants in different ways. You can have more repetition, less, or even mix up your new phrases. Okay, so the incessant question, the problem is it doesn't have any spaces, so let's go ahead and add some spaces here, and I don't think we need to repeat it that many times, so let's check it out. But why? Perfect. Alright, let's check out, let's see where we are. Let's go with print botheration, see if this is any better. Kim, but why? But why? Okay. Let's see what else. Connector word. Alright, let's change this around a little bit. Incessant question, name, summons. So let's print summons. Let's see how that looks. Kim. I want to say Kim. Hey. Hey, Kim. All right. So that's how you use print in order to identify what's going on within each one of these constants, and then you can go ahead and make a change to it so that you're basically debugging or figuring out what's going wrong within that. All right. Now, check this out. The console app on your Mac, if you go to Finder and go to Applications. So if I click the Finder here, and then I go to Applications, and then I go to Utilities, and then in Utilities I go to Console, and I double click this app. Check this out. Alright, see, this is the console on the Mac. Now this is a bunch of stuff going on all at once, and these are the messages. This is the process or the application that's sending the message, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. This is just an example of how the console is used in order to see what happens within an app. Awesome. Cool. See you in the next video.